Welcome to the language of music. Now, we are going to learn in one semester all about music. The passion of music, the expression of music, with all of the other arts. This is a class that I prefer to call interdisciplinary rather than a class about music. It's a class about expression in all the arts. And we're going to see how this circle develops. My objectives for this course is to introduce to you many types of Western music. Please remember, we're in Western music, right? There's a whole other world out there that we're not talking about. And just a side note, if you want to take a world music course, we do offer that here at Ellis Hall. And that is Music 239. It's a great course. Take it. So we are going to talk about Western music. And I hope that I can enhance your love of music. I hope everybody here and out there already loves music. I don't know many people, many human beings, that don't like music. Even my dog likes music. So I'm sure all of us in here and out there already have some type of a love of music. But I hope to create some new connections for you, new connections and new pathways into all of the arts, not just one. For example, the Cubist style of Picasso directly influenced the music of Stravinsky, and in turn as well influenced the literary style of Gertrude Stein. And this is what I find fascinating about the arts, is that you can combine these. And one of you guys out there, if you can't get it through your ears, maybe you can through your eyes. Maybe you can through words. All of us learn in different ways. And so hopefully I can make this connection for you in some way. And so how are we going to do this? First of all, we're going to learn basic information. That's the first step in this course. We will learn the language of music. We need to set that up. So we're going to learn words like tempo, dynamics. We're going to learn about the instruments, the violin, the viola, the bassoon. This stuff, most of you probably have had some work in sometime in your life. How many people have ever sung in a choir? Ever? Okay, or played an instrument? Okay, so this first part, this language of music, is going to be rather boring and kind of a review. These words I will use all semester. These words I will incorporate with art. What is the tempo of this painting? What kind of dynamics are we looking at in this painting? So please make sure that you take accurate notes of these and know these definitions. We're also certainly going to have general history. You have to know your history, your ancient history, the history of the Romantic period, the history of the French Revolution, in order to understand the minds of these great people, like Beethoven, right? Like Victor Hugo. You have to understand what was going on around them. Why did Delacroix paint this way? Why did Beethoven use this type of violence in his music? Well, the violence was going on all around him. So it is very important that we know the history of each era, and I also find that very interesting as well. We'll, of course, go into the historical backgrounds of composers. Mozart was a much more famous youngster than he was as an adult. Kind of compare him to a child actor who's now, in jail for something. He never had a childhood. So we're going to certainly look at composers and how their growing up, their lives, what happens in their life affects their music, as well as what is going on around them in socio-political circumstances and things like that. We will also learn to listen to music intelligently, like I said, and perceptively. Those of you at home, please listen to the music you have very carefully, because I am not allowed by copyright to play these selections as we're going along in this class. So it's very important that you listen to the examples that you see in the guides that I have given you. It's very important. It'll also enhance this course and enhance your enjoyment of music. And I can't come into your homes and figure out if you're doing it. So please do it. Okay. Hopefully, by learning all of these things, we will hopefully embark on this journey of expression, this journey of feelings. And certainly in the age of online, in the age of video games, we have got to come back to what makes us human. And art is what certainly makes us human, right? And so that's very important. Without the arts, we exist. With the arts, we live. And so it's very important that they not die. And certainly it's one of my missions as an artist to be able to do this. And so as we practice the art of listening, and we practice listening to composers and what their voices have said, and what their music says as well, hopefully if we all keep an open mind and a positive attitude, because as we go forward, there might be some things you don't want to listen to. Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring. Ooh, it's a little dissonant. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But there's a reason for that. And so keep an open mind, then decide. You don't like it or you do like it. Hopefully you will like it. Okay? How many people have ever been to a classical music concert? Okay, good. How many people have ever been to an opera? Okay. Did you like opera? She said yes. She did like opera. Good. What did you like about it?
There's something very passionate about a foreign language being displayed in any kind of art form, but particularly in music. I'm a vocalist, so it's just very compelling to watch and not even have to understand it.
Say that again, please.
Something about opera is very passionate. It's not, even though it's in a foreign language, you're still able to get the same feeling that any kind of art will give you, and that's what compels me to go and watch it.
Well, you get an A. Okay, you can go now. Because, have you been to an opera? I know you raised your hand as well.
Yeah.
Did you like it? Great. 2-0 here, 2-0. How many people haven't been to an opera? You, sir. Why not? Oh, no desire. Desire to go to an opera. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. No desire. Why do you have no desire to go to an opera? Why?
I like music, but I've never really sat and listened to a lot of that, so it's never really been interesting.
Okay, it's okay not to like something, but why? What is the reason? There should be some pretty good reasons.
I don't like sitting around because, I don't know, I don't like watching that
Okay?
or listening to that kind of music.
Why? Aren't you glad you came today? Why?
It's getting harder.
This is getting much harder.
It's just not my thing.
Okay, anybody else? Opera not your thing? Anybody else? If you were sitting at an opera, what would you be listening to? How about that?
Somebody singing,
Somebody singing. Good. And you wouldn't like that, somebody singing?
not so much.
Why?
I don't know.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Yep. Mm-hmm. Sang in a chorus in an opera this year.
I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would because everything seemed really long and drawn out.
Long, drawn out. Mm-hmm.
And they could sum it up in a short amount of time.
Sum it up. Yes, exactly. Sum it up.
Singing the same thing. It sounds really good, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think they could wrap it up a little bit.
They could move it along a little bit, couldn't they? Okay. All right. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. But what's the main problem with opera? What do you think it is, even if you haven't been there? It's in a foreign language, and it's not Ozarkian. It might be in Italian, it might be in French, it might be in Russian, it might be in German. Oh my goodness. How are we going to understand it? And that's a very good reason for not liking it. And so, I will now perform for you the entire opera, La Bohème. Act number 1. My name is Mimi.
Hello, my name is Rodolfo.
My candle has gone out. Can you give me a light? Foreshadowing. Right there, you should know it.
Well, sure, come on in.
Okay.
So, tell me, what do you do?
Well, I love the spring and I love roses. Puccini heroines are not very bright. And what do you do, Rodolfo?
Well, I'm a poet. I might not make a lot of money, but I can love you with the soul of a millionaire.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, yes, it is. Can I kiss you?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, let me sing this beautiful aria. Ready? Go.
Oh my God, he's so cute. Oh, listen to him sing. Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, you tell me about yourself. Oh, she's singing this beautiful aria. It is absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm in love. Mimi, I love you.
I love you too.
Can I kiss you?
No.
Well, hey, why don't you come to the party with me? We're all going to a party, and in Act 2, it's going to be really fun.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
Act 2.
Oh, Rodolfo, I am having such a wonderful time here. It is so much fun. Oh, look at that slut Musetta over there.
Oh, yes, I know. Just ignore that. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing, just a little phlegm.
Okay, well, can I kiss you now?
Well, okay.
Act 3. Rodolfo, Rodolfo. No,
Rodolfo, I must go. I am sick.
Well, why do you have to go? I can take care of you. Please don't go.
I must go. I must go away. Addio, Rodolfo. Addio.
Act 4. Oh, Mimi, please don't die. I've come back for you. Please don't die. I love you so much.
I love you too, Rodolfo. Please know I always love you.
Oh, no, Mimi. Thank you. You can clap now. Now, sir, did you get it? Okay. Man meets woman, right? Woman gets sick, woman dies. All right. Now, then you add the beautiful Italian language. I don't know about you, but I can listen to somebody speaking Italian all day. Do I care what they're saying? Not really. It is very poetic. It is beautiful. It rolls off the tongue, and it is lovely. Now, add that music. Add that beautiful aria. Add that beautiful melody. Woman gets sick, woman dies. There's not a lot of plot going on there. And so it is my hope that you see how simple this is and how what she said right here, that passion can come into your life, and opera can be your best friend. It's mine. A day without opera, to me, is almost like a day without water. It's something I really have to have. So in this class, you're going to see a lot of it. Out there, I can't do it through the television, but you can run down to Blockbuster, and you can rent those opera videos, and very often they have them on PBS as well. And so you can go after this if you choose to. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm going down the road, and I might look like I'm really boring and listen to classical music all the time, and run. No. When I'm cleaning my house, it's Madonna. It is Madonna. It is Material Girl. Okay? There are certain places classical music exists. Okay? And for me, I don't know about you, but cleaning is not going to, Beethoven's not going to work. Also, when I'm on the treadmill every day, Beethoven, not going to work. What is going to work? Well, I happen to love Latin music. I love Latin music, so that really gets me running on the treadmill for my 12 minutes and 5 seconds. And so, please know that I love all types of music. But sometimes when you're in your car, and you're listening to a song that just came out, and you really like the song. I mean, the song is pretty good. and I don't understand a word of it, but I like it. Right? I like the beat. I like what it's saying, I think. And then when you really hear what the words are, it's like, oh, didn't want to know. You know? And so that's the exact approach you should have with opera. Watch them look in each other's eyes. Watch all of these wonderful melodies happen and unfold. It is beautiful. It also shows us a great difference in culture. Right? A very diverse world opera is. You know? You have the wonderful Aida. You have, of course, all the fine Italian operas, the German operas, which get a little lengthy. I'll have to agree with you there. But we will see that opera's not so bad. Can everybody say with me, opera's not so bad? Ready, go.
Opera's not so bad.
I heard you at home. I heard you. All right. Now, so today, this class, we will start with the language of music, or the basic elements. These will be the definitions, the tools involved with the rest of the course, okay? And so this is how we're going to start. Basic elements of music. We're going to talk about the instruments. A lot of this will be a review. A lot of you might even be able to explain things better than I can, and that's great. But you need to take my definitions. So if on the test you see major scale, and you're telling me the pattern of a major scale is a whole step, a whole step, a whole step, and a half step, and is of the properties of acoustics. No. I want major key is a happy key. Minor key is a sad key. You see, that's what I'm looking for here. Because that's how we're going to use it. We're going to use music in terms of color all of the time. Major key is yellow. Minor key is red, crimson color. Okay? And so as we go along here, my definitions are very easy. So the book probably is a lot harder. So I want you to pay attention at home. You're going to see these definitions on the teleprompter as I explain them. So please write them down and take accurate notes as well. Okay? And if you have a question, please talk loud out there in TV land. Maybe I can hear you. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is define music. How can we define music? Anybody want to? Not really. No, not at all. Music is music, right? I think what we have to do is we have to say first music is sound, right? Right? And sound begins with a vibration of an object. For example, this is a sound, right? But in order for it to be music, it must be organized. Da 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 da. That's what we're going to start with here, people. I'm going to go open the big screen TV. Here we are. Music is organized sound. Out. Can everybody see that? Because if I blow it up anymore, it's not going to fit on the page. So I hope you can see it. Okay? Music is organized sound. And by the time we get to the 20th century, you're going to go, that's not music. Like my mother used to say about Led Zeppelin, that's not music. Yes, it is, because it is organized. And so you must have organization. Very famous composer by the name of John Cage composed a piece of music called 4 minutes and 33 seconds. A piece in which he published, and it's for piano, okay? It's for piano, and this is how it goes. Pianist comes on stage. Clap for me, please. You see? And the pianist, oops, don't have a bench, sits at the piano. "4 minutes and 33 seconds. Yep. And so, what is this about? Well, it's very philosophical, people. It's very philosophical. You see, the sounds are all around us. What do we hear? Squeak of the chair, computer's on. very, very distant person talking in the hallway? You see, we have our music. There is our organization. We have the time limit, and we have a piece of music called 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Only if we had thought of that, we'd be making $1 million, I guess. No, I don't know. But that is an example of organization. And so we're going to see how this organization happens. And it's very interesting. The organization of notation. You know, the monks were bored in those monasteries, and boy, did they do a lot of work. And they figured out how to do it. And then we're going to see how we'll get our major-minor system eventually. And that kind of organization. We're going to organize our definitions, tempo, dynamics. So all of this organization in music is very important. So there, music is organized sound. Now, we're going to take this in 3 steps, discussing our organized sound and how it is organized. Okay? We will deal with it this way. The first section is called Properties of Sound. The second section is called Rhythm. Rhythm is very important, right? The third section will be Melody and Harmony. And these are all properties of sound. We're going to have a lot of divisions, okay, a lot of divisions, but our first section is called Properties of Sound, okay? Now, sound, music, organized sound. Now, the first very important definition that we need to know is called pitch. P-I-T-C-H, pitch. Most of you probably already know this word. Okay? Pitch, levels of high and low. Levels of high and low. Most men speak in a low pitch range, except for Michael Jackson, we don't know about him. And many women, of course, speak in a higher range. Without differences in pitches, can you imagine watching a newscaster in a monotone sort of voice? Da 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 da, that's right, recap, the following events are, you know, we all have pitches. We all actually talk in musical phrases. If we didn't, we'd be very boring, especially me at 8:30 at night when you're still listening to me. It will get very boring. Pitch can be measured scientifically, I should say. A pitch is based on frequency of vibration. Okay, that's all, getting a little scary here. Properties of acoustics. But it really is fairly simple. If you look at a violin string, a very thin string, short string, is going to have very quick vibrations, therefore the higher the pitch. The thicker the string, like the bottom string of a bass, you're actually going to be able to see those vibrations. I remember, any of you remember the Electric Light Orchestra? This is really showing my age. You do? Yeah. Lady over here? Yeah, rock, all right. The Electric Light Orchestra I saw in 7th grade, and they used a violin and cello, put a laser beam on the sound post in the violin and in the cello. And so when the violin played really high, the entire Coliseum would be really crazy with this laser beam because the pitch was high. And when the cello played the lowest note, it was just a straight line. And I thought that was so cool as a little kid to see, oh my God, that's really interesting. And that's when I first understood the properties of pitch. It's all based on vibration. If I push the piano here, ow, that's an F. And it's an F because of the frequency of vibrations. An A, the orchestra tunes to an A, right? You hear the oboe tuning us up. And that's that pitch, and it's 440 cycles per second. Okay? The lower you go, right? And so you have the slower vibration. Okay? You can actually see in this piano when the lower strings vibrate. They're going to be very slow as opposed to the higher pitch will be very high.